Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Midsommar. Wow, what a film. And what a storm of opinions all flying around this film. It seems that Aster is becoming one of the most divisive and fully realized artists in film right now, because I know some people absolutely hated Hereditary, and I was blown away by Hereditary. That movie messed my day up. And God, did this film mess my day up. This film, Midsommar, it's like Ari Aster made Hereditary. It's like, okay, I made this mainstream enough. Now I'm gonna go, boom, full head face dive into what's really running in his head from a completely creative and unique experience of art. And oh my God, Midsommar. I am definitely on the side of, I think this is an incredible film. There's things that didn't work in it for me, and I'm going to talk about that. But I do feel like this is an incredible film. And even some pals of mine I've seen absolutely hate this. And I can see why. Because this is going to be an extremely divisive film. And from the start, if you're somebody that is really, enjoys a good mainstream, straightforward kind of film, I know people like that. I know my mom absolutely hates films that don't have, a nice tied-off bow ending. This is not one of those films. This is abstract and crazy and just 2.5 hours of whoa. If that's not your thing, this is 100% not your thing. So you're probably not going to enjoy this. But what Ari Aster is able to create in this film is unnerving and impactful. The acting is incredible. The subtle details of interactions between characters and build up between characters and their dialogue really sets up twists and turns throughout the film, and the amount of detail that goes into this is really impressive. This is a strikingly beautiful film and how it's crafted. This is unsettling and gory and disgusting and disturbing at points. And bam, it hits you hard. And if you're not okay with gore, stay clear of this movie because you'll have it in very, very graphic, practical effects kind of just, ugh. And you see it up close and personal. What I find so amazing about this film is it transports you in this completely realized world and community of this small town in Sweden. And it's really, really hard to watch at a lot of moments in this film. Their use of drugs and how it changes the audience's experience of events. And I wouldn't call this a horror film. Because, a traditional horror film, there's not a bunch of jump scares or, boo! Or, slasher kind of things. Obviously, as I mentioned, there's gore, but it doesn't really get set up quite like that. But there's some sequences where the use of the drugs creates really unnerving and unpredictable and freak out moments. And this film deals with some very deep themes of what is family, and also taking a tough look at toxic relationships. And there's so many toxic relationships, and a lot of it centers around our two main characters of Danny, played by Florence Pugh, who's absolutely amazing in this film. She's an extremely talented actress. She should honestly get attention for Best Actress for this film because she owns it. And she's forced to carry some extremely heavy loads. The cold open of this film well before you even get into any of this crazy Wicker Man nonsense, is so impactful, and it was one of the most emotionally gut-wrenching cold openings of a film I've seen in a long-ass time. And how the camera and, like, these close-ups of her and how she just acts with her face in that scene is breathtaking. And that just carries throughout the film. And you have Jack Reynor, who I really enjoy as an actor, playing Christian, and their relationship is a big crux of this film and is a thread all the way to the end of this film. And it's so hard to watch at times and so subtle. The abuse and the toxicity in it is so just hard to listen to and hard to watch, but it's so fully realized and realistic. And this opening of this film is so real and tough and emotionally devastating. And it's like, wow, this film really sets things up. And then the other characters involved, like William Jackson Harper, who's from The Good Place, playing Chidi. He is his character in this film, and his relationship with Jack Raynor's character builds some tension. Then you have Wilhelm Blomgren, who plays Pele, who's their friend who brings them back to his home. And then Will Poulter's character is one of the things that sticks out to me. It's like, I see what they're going for. He's really that douchey guy, best friend, is like, bro, you shouldn't deal with this. If she wants to talk about her emotions, she should go to her therapist. Kind of asshole. Going around vaping all the time, just cursing and just saying the dumbest shit. But how him and some of the other characters are used to display exposition is done in an interesting way. But the thing is, after a while, he's just an obnoxious caricature, and it's just like, okay, another dumb thing that he says. But my biggest problem that I have with the film is, after a while, towards the end of this film, I feel like it kind of loses the majority of its focus on its characters and then delves completely deep into this town and their crazy rituals and everything, and it kind of loses focus on that groundedness in this relationship and these characters. But overall, this film from start to finish is unnerving, beautiful, and disgusting all at the same time. This is a crazy film experience. And I can imagine people are going to love this, and I'm much more towards there, and I can understand people are going to absolutely despise this film. And I can see why. It's one of those kinds of films. But the thing is, if you are a cinephile and you love film, I feel like you have to see this film. Whether you're going to love it or hate it or appreciate it but are disappointed by it, you have to go see this film. If you're really not into like art house cinema and experimental film, stay clear of this film. This is probably not going to be for you. If you're really into more straightforward horror, stick with your Halloweens and stuff like that. Stay clear of Midsommar. But Midsommar, God, check this out. Please comment, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. I really want to talk about this film with others that have seen it. But thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.